After George Floyd's murder, feelings of anger, sadness, disappointment, and more were voiced throughout our community. During times of social unrest, people use their voices in many different ways. Some march and protest, while others use a pen and paintbrush to express their feelings. This book is a way to commemorate the spontaneously created and sadly temporary outdoor art museum on the boarded up stores and outdoor walls of Lake Street. Lake Street Speaks was inspired by these artistic masterpieces. My name is Susan Shields, and I've spent my whole career building a thriving textile manufacturing business. I started in my basement 35 years ago and grew a business adding factories in Minneapolis, Greenville, South Carolina, Dongguan, China, and various contractors in India, Vietnam, and Belgium. Developing and producing textile products for retailers such as Target, Amazon, and Pottery Barn. After selling my share of the business 3 years ago, my personal goals were to pay it forward by giving back to the community, helping young women turn their ideas into startup businesses. The idea for Lake Street Speaks started when I walked the streets around Lake Street and surrounding neighborhoods and visited George Floyd Square. I was overwhelmed by the art and what it meant to the community and the artists who were expressing their emotions with a paintbrush. I photographed over 150 murals and thought it would be meaningful to preserve this beauty in an art book that could give back to the neighborhood. Minneapolis North High School principal Lori Frieselbaum introduced me to Roshanae Ambers Winston, a poet who grew up in North Minneapolis.
Ambers Winston says this book is all about changing the narrative and showing the hope and love Minneapolis has to offer.
A lot of us are hurting. This book is giving us the chance to bring out those voices who are unheard.
While also showing that any person, any race, any age can make a difference.
I feel like people don't know where to start or what to do, but I feel like me and Susan creating this book shows that it's possible.
And now I would like to introduce the poet Roshanae Ambers Winston.
I was born and raised in North Minneapolis, where there is a lack of resources and opportunities. And I graduated from Hopkins High School in 2019. And I am now a junior at the University of St. Thomas, majoring in sociology on a full ride scholarship. I was the first to graduate high school out of 9 siblings on my dad's side of the family. And I was also a first-generation college student. In 2016, my freshman year, I lost my brother due to gun violence in my community. I remember walking through these very halls as no one knew the pain I was up against. I started to wear my headphones, and I decided to put the world on mute. But writing kept me going. It gave me a chance to express my emotions of frustration and sadness. Emotions that were so deep, I just never expressed them, but I started to through my poetry. Over the years, my journey in writing has grown in many ways, such as writing about the injustice of African Americans and speaking about our truth. As I continue this journey, I realized my story and my access to education gave me the power and the chance to help others in ways that I couldn't imagine. I'm just a person that decided to use their passions to make a difference. Although life comes with many unexpected challenges, you must continue holding on to hope. You will succeed more than you think. Flares from the city. Minneapolis, a place of revolution, a place that spoke truth as we continue to uproot. A flare beneath our eyes comes loose. It's the feeling of power, the feeling of fears, but a story that became very clear. A story that claimed its calling, and a story that revealed its real. It's time to make history. Let the world switch into heal. As we seek into justice, we must rise, not remain ill. For let us continue into a new world and not stay still. For we are the people of the people, people fighting for justice. As justice fights for its last, grow into dignity and not let our city crash. Remember who we are, and remember that Black lives shall last. Thank you.